all stay united.
Yeah. That's why we are doing this, to make the parents feel united.
Yeah. That's
Okay.
interesting. I cannot see that you're live.
Okay, hold on. Okay, let me just do a quick check. Parents, if you can see me, it's the second time that you are seeing me today. Okay, wonderful. Yay, we are live already. Hello, parents. Thanks so much for watching me again, because I know that you just saw me. And today we have this wonderful mommy. Her name is Ginny. Hi, Ginny.
Hi, John. Hello, everybody.
Yes, love your smile and your background, yeah.
Thank you.
Yes. Okay, so let me just briefly intro Ginny, and then we can hear more about your backstory and
Okay.
how you're going to share with us how you instill confidence in your kids through drama. Okay. So
Okay.
for Ginny, she shared with us that she's a mother of three, cancer survivor, as well as founder of Creative Juice Bracket Singapore, which is something that I thought you can hear from. I mean, I can hear from you as well. Yeah, how you created
Okay.
all this while doing so much at home. Okay, so
Okay.
back to you. Yeah, it's
All
your
right.
time.
So I'm a mother of three. I have a 21-year-old, 8-year-old, and then the last one is 5. So a lot of people always ask, why is the huge age gap? So just a little bit. I was a single mom for quite a while. My first marriage failed, and then of course with my son. And in fact, how Creative Juice started was also because of my son. I wanted to spend more time with him. Previously, I was working doubly hard and minimum time, and that's where I decided to switch my career full-time into teaching. So Creative Juice is an enrichment provider. We specialize in speech and drama, music and movement, creative writing, creative arts also. And because of him, so that, I can manage my time better and I can spend more time with him to nurture him also. Yeah, and so that was how Creative Juice started. With my children, we talk about, like, you were asking me, like, how do I instill confidence in my children? I use a lot of drama activities also to build up their confidence. Like with my boy itself, so not that I don't believe in tuition itself, but I always encourage them. First of all, speak up. Always ask your teacher if you don't understand. And in fact, there's nothing wrong to admit to somebody if you do not know something, rather than keeping quiet. And you can always make appointment to see your teachers. And even in the whole, and my boy actually, even my daughter, my 8-year-old, actually recently mentioned, it's so embarrassing if I get the answer wrong, and she doesn't want to raise up her hand anymore. But so I told her, but it's good that if the teacher do not know that you understand and you can't get the answer right, so at least she can explain to her again. So part of building confidence is to encourage them to be comfortable, like making the mistake also, and to ask questions. It's all right to be wrong. And that is where I also tell them that I do not know everything. And sometimes, like, I will encourage them to lead me, or even my husband himself will say, oh, we do not know. Can you guide me on how to do it right? Even my 5-year-old, she will say, oh, you do not know. Let me show you how to do this. So, then she directed, although we are there to guide her along. And in this way, it also helped to build up their confidence. And whereas, like, for my son, to encourage him to like certain subject, it's like, even we talk about drama is to the arts, I bring him to go to, literally every weekend, we are at Science Center. It's to build his interest in the subject itself, and to explore, like, what are the activities there. Then they can also ask questions. And I'm also there to learn things with him. So then we will have a chat together about it. And then he can ask me, like, if I don't know something, I'll ask him. And he, children have the confidence, like, they feel so proud of themselves when they can tell you the answer, whereas you do not know. So that is something that would definitely help them to build up their confidence also. Yeah.
So when you brought them to the drama, so what kind of drama do you expose them to?
Okay, first of all, like sometimes to start building up their confidence, we go through by reading books first. When you read the books itself, I read in different character voice. And I'm literally very, very dramatic when it comes to this. It can be in different tones, and I encourage them to, I let them laugh at myself. And how I turn it around is that if I can make you laugh, I say that takes a lot of effort too. Not everybody can make you laugh, right? Doesn't mean you laugh at me means I make a mistake, but the fact that I can make you laugh, it takes a lot of confidence and ability to do that, also to put a smile on somebody's face. So we start by reading and read in different tones. Sometimes you start by, I will go first, they repeat after me, slowly to build up their confidence. Subsequently, they will read it on their own. They do one character, I'll do another. And from there, progressively, we actually act it out. They will take one character, I will also take another character, then we'll help each other out. I think you have one. Are you able to pull up the one that I just shared with you, the head seller? Any chance?
Let me see.
May or may not, right?
Give me a
Sorry,
minute.
but it was quite last minute that I shared it with John. So
it's my first time pulling out from WhatsApp, so give me a minute, yeah.
No problem. So sorry about that.
No, it's okay. I mean, I try to share with parents what other parents are doing, and definitely the reason why I got you on air is because I thought your story is inspiring, and how you parent your kids is definitely something for me to learn as well.
Yeah, we learn from each other. So there's always so many things to learn, isn't it?
Yes, and I think being from an Asian family for myself, I don't think my father got me to speak up. Yeah, so I started off with it.
Saying that, right, while you're pulling out, I'm just going to continue talking. Saying that, are you able to pull it out?
This one?
Yes, so this was during the CB. It's the first time.
This is the story of the head seller and the monkeys. There once was a head seller.
So, you know, it's just to get them to speak up and talk like that.
Heads for sale! Heads for sale! Black hats, red hat, cowboy hats. Oh!
So I got my 5-year-old involved too in this one.
I'm gonna take a nap.
Which one is the 5-year-old?
Okay, maybe I think she's gonna pop up.
And
the one speaking, this one is my 8-year-old.
What a pretty girl.
So they wanted to dress my costume to come out. So the darker monkey is my 5-year-old.
Where's my hat? Give me back my hat, please. I want my hat. Give me back my hat.
Yeah, maybe you want to pause there. So
yes, I can lower down the volume and then you can tell us. I'll lower down the volume and then you tell us what's wrong. You can watch at the same time.
Yeah, so basically, you see, my 5-year-old didn't have a lot of lines, but through the action, she wants to be involved. But you see, this is like a step to build up their confidence also. Even for starters, she didn't have a line, but she wants to be involved and say some other things also. So okay, so
I think I'm losing you. Yeah. Ginny, I can't see you. Ginny, are you there?
Yeah.
But I can't see. Okay, now I can.
Yeah, I'm here.
Yes. Okay. Yeah. So you are saying about the performance in your house.
Okay, I think it says that you need to close some application because the streaming is no good. Is it? Maybe we can't share the video like that.
The one is your side, is it, or it's my side?
Oh no, your side.
Oh, it's my side. Probably, yeah, because I think I think probably it's some tech issue. Yeah. So I've off the WhatsApp already. Yeah. So.
Okay, so basically, like I do not know if everybody heard me earlier. So basically, that's like a start for younger one. She's only 5, so she may not be able to say a lot of lines, but they want to be involved. So I always encourage that. And also, I do animated storytelling in the libraries from time to time to encourage children to read books, and also parents. Also, we also do storytelling for adults. And what I do is my children are my audience. I practice in front of them. I make mistakes. I encourage them to give me pointers on how I can improve. So by showing them that I made mistake and I'm not perfect, I'm hoping that in turn this helped to build up their confidence too, because there's always room for improvement. And in order to do better, I have to keep on practicing. And my kids have seen me that when I do a storytelling, I practice numerous times, and they are always there to be my audience, and I thank them for their support also. So that's for started. And I know, just to touch a little bit, just now you talk about you also lost your dad itself. And also what so with my son itself, being a single mom, I ensure that I make it a point that I have to ensure that my door is always open for him. Him being a boy, I'm a bit concerned that he may not want to talk to his mom. So every single night, after work, after dinner, I will lie on his bed. We will have chat, anything, everything. To this day, he's turning 21. He asked me, "Mommy, you're not lie down on my bed for a long time and chat with me." So, and at times he said, "Mommy, you know, it's like my friends will be so shocked, like you talk to me about everything and anything. Seriously, it's anything," because I always believe that if my children are in trouble, I want to be the first one that they come to, and they know that they can trust me and can count on me. And you know, so whether is it boy or girl, they can just come to me. I should be their first priority to come, because frankly speaking, I don't have that. You know, I don't have that in my life itself, that when I'm in trouble, said to say, I hope my parents and mom is not watching. I don't run to my parents first. Sadly, I don't run to my own parents first. So, you know, we always want to do better ourselves as parents. So that is why I hope by making sure that my door is open and my children can always come and talk to me also. Yeah. Sorry, I don't know if I divert a little bit off.
Oh no, it's fine. It's fine. Because I think that it would be good to share about your parenting styles, and I think that as a parent ourselves, just saying that we parent our kids how our parents parent us. Yeah. So would you be able to share with us how are your growing up years like?
Both my parents were working, and I'm generally brought up by my grandparents, who are beautiful people. I always tell people they're so humble, and and my auntie also played a very big part in it, and I'm still close to my auntie. I mean, I'm close to my parents. I'll take care of them and everything, but I realized that when I was in trouble, they were not my first choice to go to. And actually, in fact, very much in my life, I have always keep it inside me, because I'm the eldest. I always feel that I have to show that I'm the strongest and stuff. So, but that's why I say I want to do better than improve on how to be a better parent. That's why even with my son, or even with my husband, is that we think about, if we plan in advance, like saying if anything happened to us, we will not burden my son, because you know he's 21, the other two is 7 and 8 and 5. We ensure that there's plans already put in place that he will not be burdened, in a sense. I know he will take care of them, but I don't think we should put it on him if that should, like, you know, something happen to myself and my husband. So we have things in place to ensure that everybody is well taken care also. Because I think that children should be allowed, I mean, my son should be allowed to lead his life. He will of course take care of them, but he should be allowed to lead his own life also. And of course, parenting style, I think being brought up, manners is very important to me itself. I mean, that's the biggest. And being respectful and, you know, to everybody and treat people right. I always remind my children, it carry on with you no matter where you go. Like with my son now, he has signed on with SAF. Military. But he's going uni. So now he's on leave and starting his uni. But you know, even from there, being in the military, he understands also that, you see, how you treat people, your manners, even your inches and stuff. They see how you're being, your upbringing and stuff, how respectful you are. It carries on with you in your work, isn't it? People know that they can rely on you, and what are your characters like also.
Yes, and just now you have WhatsApp me your kids' pictures, and when I first took a look at it, and I must say that you have a very handsome son. Can I show your parents how your son looks like, and how close your children are?
Oh, sure. Oh, it's very important to me that they are close to each other.
Can you see?
Yeah, I can. I Can everybody see? I'm
Yeah,
not
yeah,
sure.
can. Yeah. So if you can see, and then the rest can see.
Yeah, yeah. Because I believe I always tell them no. My girls understand that the brother has a different father, but it doesn't matter. We born, and it's very family is very big to me. It's very important, very big, even to my husband himself. So that's why with my youngest, actually, it's a miracle because as you talk about, I was a cancer survivor. Actually, I was told that it's going to be very hard for me to have any more children after we took a break for 6 months as per the doctor has instructed. She came along, not an easy pregnancy, but she came along. We were very blessed to have her. Was hoping to have more, but no more. So, but I mean, that's why I say she's a blessing. So, and that's where I say you must always bond with each other and be there for each other no matter what. Yeah, and like you say, so busy. That's why we talk about like you. I do a lot of cooking with my children. I get them involved. So even my son, he knows how to cook. He can survive without me cooking. If I jokingly threaten. He said, "I'm not gonna cook for you." He said, "It's okay. I can cook." So my son, he cook very good Japanese food also.
Wow, I love to eat that.
He cook what's that? Because I don't cook a lot of Chinese food. Only during CB suddenly I cook a lot of Chinese food. He cook what's that? Giam cai teng or
Yeah,
my son can cook salted duck with
vegetables with probably with some meat.
yeah. So he can cook quite well some Japanese food also. So I have rotation. Sometimes I'll say, all right, today you're on duty, you're cooking for the whole family. So everybody is involved. Everybody contribute to the family also. And even through cooking, when they are able to like even cook for the family, it builds up their confidence. My 5-year-old, my husband, since early this year, she's learned to help to cook her egg and fry her bacon also. But of course, we're there to guide her. But when you give them responsibility, they gain the confidence also. Some parents are not aware that they don't understand it. Like my husband explained to them what are consequences. Your actions equal to certain consequences. What will happen and what will come out from that. And if you did something wrong, what is the consequences? So we have a conversation about it also. And like when we go back to confidence building, we encourage our children to even challenge us. If we put out something like my 21-year-old, if he feel that he doesn't totally agree with us, we always tell him, you want to challenge us, you must have your reason and give us a logic. We will have a discussion itself, and but of course you do it respectfully itself, and we will have a discussion. But at the after the whole discussion, and then we still feel that what you are trying to put out is not appropriate at your age, maybe you still don't have the maturity, so then we will advise. We will also give him his reasoning being. We also will respect that and give them, explain to them why is that so, that is not the best way to do it. So we will have discussion like that. And so in this way, this is also confidence building without you knowing it. When you have discussion, you encourage them to voice out their ideas and stuff. And you don't just tell them no. So then they have the confidence to speak up and they will tell you what's on their mind, and we have an open family discussion.
Wow.
So because you're not immediately shutting down their ideas. So, it's like you can put it up on the table, but be prepared to give us your reasoning. Because we will definitely ask you. You don't just going to tell me, no, I want to do this. What is your reason? So we will have a whole debate during dining table. And in fact, this CB, I really enjoy very much with my family because before the brother goes to uni, we're playing a lot of board games. My 8-year-old had learned how to play cash flow. Do you know what's cash flow game?
Cash flow is the one that is by
the cash flow 101.
The rich dad poor.
Yes, correct. So my 8-year-old have learned how to play that. Then my 10-year-old had played another game called Phase 10. It's actually a bit of mathematical game. So she learned, but I'm there to guide her. But it built her confidence that, I can beat you in the game. I know how to do it. Through games, it also build up their confidence. It's like, doesn't mean you're the youngest, you can't beat us in the game. You just have to go about thinking, how should you go about playing this game? So there were times where like even the younger ones were playing chess with the brother was teaching her, the 8-year-old. So, there are different ways of learning things itself. It's all around us. And indirectly, you're also building up their confidence. You know, we don't have to specifically say, oh, do things to build up their confidence. If we take every opportunity in our life, like sometimes there's the opportunity, seize it, and then we can share something during that moment itself.
Yes, and I can hear that it's like an everyday kind of thing. Like when you have a chance to teach, you make sure that they come together and then you get them to learn something out of it.
I would say that I do my best. There are times, of course, as a parent, I fail too, where I'm busy trying to answer to my phone or something. I have my fair share of that too. And at times, of course, as a parent, I have to remind myself too that yes, there's this opportunity. Put down, go and attend to them and take the opportunity to share with them something. And not just me sharing, sometimes my kids are the one that's sharing me and with me things and teaching me. So it became a two-way traffic.
Yes, and I also want to hear from you because they are and you know that I have 3 girls and while they may have their good times, they also have their own fights and conflict. Yeah. So as a parent, so how do you manage it when probably there's some conflict going on between the 2 younger girls or among 3 of them?
Okay, I think conflict with children itself, there's definitely good and bad times. And then there is consequences to it. So we explain to them. So if you choose to fight, you don't get to do any. Okay, let's say even if they want to watch a bit of TV, how do you make it work? So now they actually work out a system that if the sister choose this show, she finish this shot like 3 minutes, the next turn will be the sister. They will inter-switch, take turns, because then they know that the minute they fight, off, nothing for the day already. And generally now we also tell them that if let's say you sometimes it's a bit of conflict. My husband said that if ladies choose to mess up their room over the weekend, I'm a bit anal about, oh, let's clean up and stuff. You say, no, let it go. What does it matter? It's their room. And it's true. I should let it go and let it be messy. Sometimes now also they will build tents in their room. Actually now I took out some toys from the box. They build up a castle. There's mats on the floor. As parents, we need to learn to let it go, that it's okay. If they fight, they know there's consequences, so they understand it. But sometimes you have to sit down and explain to them. It may take a bit of effort. Like we explain to them, why do you do this? Do you think it's nice? Like to hurt each other. Will you like it if I do it to you? Sometimes to the point I feel like, if I did this, she knows that it's painful. Like the other party will know it's painful. But end of the day, I also see a lot of love between them. When they love each other to death too. I'm sure you've seen it with your girls also, right? So sometimes like fight. I fight with my brother. A lot used to. But end of the day, we will still be there for them. There's still the love. My girls love to write notes. So I actually collect my friend's company. They give away old notebooks, so I'll collect from her. They love to write us letters, write us notes. And when you receive all these letters, like this morning, randomly, my 5-year-old asked me how to spell certain word. She wrote a note to her dad. She called that by the name, say, "Dear Philip, you are my hero."
Wow.
And she put it in the envelope and gave it to. So she write us little note, and sometimes she write it for her sisters. And they'll write it for each other, even for the brother. They'll write all these little notes and give to everybody. Even for my helper, they'll give it to, and that is also another thing. Like with my children, they are being respectful to everybody in the household itself, even with my helper. They even wrote her little notes to thank her or even tell her they love her and kind of things. So, and I think that is good too. And when they are expressive itself also, they build up the confidence, right? Because they dare to express themselves. They will tell people they love them. But like you say, Asian, we are so used to keeping it to ourselves. We don't tell people. And we might, it's like having the brush with cancer itself. My sister actually got my parents to write me notes also. The other day, because I was doing the talk with Sophie, I actually pulled it up and was just reading through it itself. I'm a bit old school. I like to write notes also. I used to draw cards for my friend, with little bubbles and give it to people. It's just my way of expressing. I sometimes, to the point, I think, especially emotion, I express better when I write people little notes and just to thank them, just to tell my friend. And after my brush with cancer, I do my best to make an effort to thank the people who has been there for me. And even my friends for their friendship and things like that. So, and these are things that I also remind my children also. In fact, our house rule number 4, be grateful for what we have and be thankful also. So we have 4 house rules only in the house, apply to everybody across the board.
When you say four rules, could you share with us the 4 rules? I mean, and I heard the last one is be.
Okay, the others is like in the house, being respectful, like always knock on the door, and you don't even open the door until you're being asked. And you don't open other people's drawers without asking. You know, these are simple things like being respectful to people in the household also. Even it apply to my helper. They cannot just enter her room. They need to ask permission and things like that. But I think we stress a lot on the last one. It's about being thankful and grateful for what we have.
Gratitude.
Yes, because I think that's very much the basic itself. I remind my children also, sometimes we walk outside, they will say hello to the people outside, say thank you to they used to stand outside, they occasionally still do it when they see the garbage collector. They just shout thank you, garbage collector. and I encourage my younger ones, sometimes they walk up with me to the coffee, I say, just say hello, say good morning to the uncle, auntie. I say you will make them very happy for the day, which usually, you know, they will smile at them. And it helps to build up their confidence for what they are able to do. You see, everything links back also to confidence, because when they know that by doing something like that, they actually make someone happy. Indirectly, you're also building up their confidence that they can just say hello to somebody. And by them constantly doing that, do you think the world is also a better place? It's just a happier place, and not like being worried about what people think and whatnot also.
Wonderful, yes. And I also like the part that you mentioned that and your girls actually wrote the notes, because if you can see the board behind me, and sometimes my girls don't want to talk to me, so but they'll write down what they say, or they'll write on a torn piece of paper. They'll stick it on my door.
Oh, okay, yeah. I think it's great that, you know, they do that. At least then sometimes we have to answer. I don't know if your girls will ask you to write your answer on the note, so I have to write my answer. Sometimes they'll come up to me and say, you have not answered my question. I say, where's the question? Oh, there. I'm like, okay. Because sometimes it's all over the place. Like I have to know where exactly did they place it, whether is it on my work board. And I think my daughters have drawn something for me on my little board on my workplace counter. So I like, sometimes you sit there, oh, that's so nice. They wrote something for you.
Great. And there's one thing that I want to seek advice from you, because now I also get my girls to do things by themselves. Like for example, if they want to go to Kinokuniya from my house, they don't know how, they have to ask the strangers, or they
How old are your girls again?
P2 and P4.
Okay, with
so
the
relatively quite big. But
so
I
they go together?
I will be following them in a sense, but because in the past when they were much younger, is I will walk in front and they'll just follow. But recently it's more for me to get them to figure out how to go from here to there, and then if they're not sure, going to ask or going to figure their way out. So there are times that they are brave enough and they ask, but sometimes they feel a bit scared. So under such cases, so what are the things
actually,
that you do to
when you talk about asking question, right? I first started out even with my son was, you know, through buying food. That's the basic of it. Like I say, because you generally we don't eat out often, but the occasional time where they do naughty things with mommy, like go and eat outside food. My husband don't eat out, so I cook at home almost every day itself. So if they want to go and eat something with me and they want to, let's say, have carrot cake, I'm not going to order for them. Then they order in Mandarin. I'll tell them exactly how to order it. They will have to go and order. I say, if you don't order, fine, let's not eat. We can sit here, mommy have a cup of coffee, and then we go home. So it's, I mean, I'm there to guide them. Of course, if they're not sure, they stumble, I will repeat to them so that they can follow. I'm not out to make them feel, but it's to boost their confidence also. By them being able to order, they feel so confident. Now my 5-year-old say, it's okay, you sit here, I know what to do. She will just run off to the store, and then she'll run off, she will order, and she knows exactly what she wants. She'll rattle off, and now she knows that she needs the fork and a small plate. We will tell them in Mandarin also. So, and sometimes you'll have conversation with the auntie selling the food there, because I think that, like you say, to talk to people, start with the comfort zone. Like I start with when you order food. then they get to know the store lady or the uncle in the coffee shop. They have conversation with them. So it starts to build their confidence that they can actually talk to people. But as you see, I think part of the reason why our children sometimes they don't ask strangers for where to go is because we also do tell them that you cannot just talk to strangers, right?
So
it's a bit conflicting, isn't it? So sometimes I think when they're younger, they are much more innocent. As they go, they are more conscious itself. I can see that also with my 8-year-old, and that's where I have to push her out of her comfort zone. It's very weird. Like, you see, you do your best to parent all 3 children the same, but each of them have their own character. So like with my 8-year-old, I can see she's starting to be more conscious. I don't know, is it in a girls' school? But I was in a girls' school also. I don't have that issue. She's starting to be a bit more conscious, and that is why you can see that I was doing the activity with Sophie. Sophie itself on her activity. I got her involved to do the speech and drama activity live with me to support me. I said that's great, and she did well. And part of it is because I want to push her out of her comfort zone to rebuild her confidence. Because I really noticed that she's starting to have stage fright. She wants to do something, but she's starting to have stage fright. But in order to help her, I'm going to do it with her.
Yes.
Actually, I was going to share with you that with technology, she started telling me about TikTok. I'm sure you heard TikTok. So what I do is I told her, okay, fine, I'll download on my phone, but you watch on my phone. I have been doing TikTok challenge with her. We do exercise challenge with her. We do up videos, but I don't post it on TikTok. I only share with my family or close friends. But the thing is, I don't want to say no to her because end up she might want to watch it somewhere else or with friends who have mobile phone. Yeah, correct. But at least I do explain to her. I say that there are certain videos online that may not be appropriate for you. So it's best that you are only allowed to watch it with mommy and daddy, or if your brother want to watch, then you can, if he allows you, then you can sit next to him and watch. But I do it with her. So it's like also to help her. It's like, because if you start doing activities, then it helps to, I hope that will help to build her confidence also, be more comfortable. And that's why she also, besides doing the activity, she also did a storytelling with me. Sophie, so I told her, for starters, maybe to help you to build your confidence, you do 1 or 2 characters where I do the main characters itself. I'm not sure but I'm not sure if you'll be affected with the.
Yeah.
So
since you mentioned about this part that you got to do with your daughter, can I share with the parents what's going on, and maybe and it's the same thing. I will lower down the volume, and then you can share with us actually how you got her to be involved, and what was her response and what's the outcome. Okay, I'll just play now. Yeah, I'll just play now. Yeah, so this is
maybe you need to lower the volume.
Yes. Okay, let's try
and
first.
Maybe the starting is just an intro.
Yeah. And I like the part that you said that you realize that she's more conscious, and instead of doing what most parents will do, which is to tackle it head on, you did something with her so that you can actually bring her out of a comfort zone, and I think at the same time also instilling more confidence in her. So I really like that.
Yeah, so like, as she said, I really noticed that she's more conscious of things, and although she wants to like do a lot of things to show people she can do it, but she's afraid to present it. And frankly speaking, I also told her that I'm pretty nervous. This is only my second live on Facebook Live. I also I've done stage performance, but I'm not confident in doing the FB Live. So this one with Sophie, this is my first live, I believe. And I told her that, it'd be great if she's there to support me. I told her I'm nervous too. So there's nothing wrong to let the children know that you are also nervous. But it's great if she's there to support me too. And by showing her that I can do it, I hope to boost up her confidence so that mommy is also putting herself out there. And if because I learned body language, as you can see even from her body language, and you can see from her body language, she's very uncomfortable with herself. But I told her it's all right. When I will always be there to support her. Anytime I feel that she needs some help or assistance, I will guide her along. So for starters, for activity itself, I told her, can you help me by I'm the leader. You help me by following, repeat after me to lead the rest to go together. So that was easier. Then when we do the performance, which she actually did volunteer, I said we need to practice before we can actually perform. So we actually did a few practice. So then she did, like this one is myself, I did a solo storytelling. Then subsequently the second one, she did it with me. So she took on the three different characters, the smaller bit. So I gave her, so I simplified the line so it's easier for her. And I explained to her that if you cannot say the exact line, as long it's along the same line, the message is clear. So I say, go ahead with it, it doesn't matter. And frankly speaking, I thought she did a marvelous job with the storytelling.
Wonderful.
So
Yes.
I think if you go further back.
Yes. Yeah. And just curious, is this your room in your house?
Yes, but actually it's the same like Zoom. I changed the background.
Oh, so there's a background. Oh, okay.
Yes.
I thought this is your wallpaper. And I thought this is your
No.
real wallpaper.
I did that for my previous house. I actually stay up to paint it on the wall. I don't think I'll do that again.
I'm trying to find the parts that your girl is acting in. Because I thought the parents may be keen to also see how your girl performs.
Maybe I know you also share Sophie's web. Maybe you can guide them to that site to look at the video. Then it might be easier because I think this actually affect our.
Okay. Yeah. So parents, if you are keen, you can head over to this page to see. Yeah. Because I think it could be affecting the connection.
Correct.
Yeah.
So yeah, maybe they can head to, I don't know, is it all right to share like Hati Moms to have a look?
Sure,
then
sure.
It's easier for them also.
Yes.
I mean, she's also sharing about for parents, and I think we are all doing our best
Yep.
to share with each other and learn. And like same thing I always tell my friend, it's just when we share, then I know what mistake I've made, that how can I do better. But at the same time, like I always tell parents, yeah, everybody will give you a lot of advice. End of the day, you know your children the best. Take parts of it, how do you modify to suit your child? Because there's no one size fit all. It's like, I'm sure you do your best to parent all three child the same, the way you bring up. You have to modify. I know I read some of your posts, you modify certain things because every one of them have different learning styles. So you just have to adapt from here and there also, and you just have to change.
You still there? Okay.
Yeah, can you hear me? I think you need to turn off your WhatsApp.
And my WhatsApp is already off.
Okay, I think it's much better now, so it's good.
Yeah, great. Yeah, so I think you have shared a lot of things like being very involved with their life, because I thought it's something that I also want to learn by myself. Also, after I have seen so many moms and dads, because there are two kinds. One is they face a challenge at home with their kid. They go head on, like, or they ask, why are you like that, versus parents like yourself who is like, okay, so what can I do as a mom to support your kid?
I'm sure there are times where I can get myself, like, because you work too, and then they're trying to manage a household. We can get very exhausted also. Or even a stay-at-home mom, she can get very overwhelmed where she don't have time out for herself also to take some time out to do something. There were times, of course, I'm not going to say that I'm not perfect. There'll be times that I also get heads on where I just get so frustrated. Yes. But we have all learned to recognize that, and we have, even with my son, because he's older, so we have actually had a sit down and we actually had a chat before, saying that, let's say if you had a bad day, apply to the children too. You need to tell your family first, I had a bad day today, please give me my space. So we will take note of that and make sure we give space to the other party and not like going head on, because there's no point. So because it has happened before, like whether my husband, myself, and my son, I'm talking more about him because he's older now, in the sense, because it still applies the same. Now my 8-year-old, they know also, like, I'm tired, I really I need my space. We will give you the space, same as they need to give parents the space too. So that would be better. And then that's why you talk about how can we it's not easy, but I take time to spend individual time with my children.
Like a date.
Yes, but my date not necessarily like even as good as like I think the other day in one day record, I had lunch with my son, then I went supermarket with another, then came back home, brought the other one to go bookshop.
Yeah.
But even it's a short time, or even when my son was in poly, so if I'm working and I know I'm around the area, I'll give him a call. Are you free for lunch? Let's have a lunch. Go back to school. I'll drop him back. I'll go off for my work. But it is still time I've taken out to spend with him. Or my younger ones, then I say, okay, do you want to go to the library? We have some time there before mommy have to go. There's only this much time. I will tell, so you need to tell them in advance, say, how much time can we spend? So we'll be going to the library, or I will tell them in advance, tomorrow I'm free this time. Would you like to go to the library, or would you like to do something? So recently my new activity with my kids, you saw the stone painting also. Yeah. So we go to the park and high stone and find stones also, and we clean up the beach. So last can't remember, was it Friday? So we do beach cleanup too. I teach my children about the environment, where our family is very into it. So when we went to the East Coast Park, when we were hiding stone, looking for stone, we also brought plastic bags. So I have my gloves and tongs for my girls. We will pick up trash on the floor also. So that is part of them. It's also educating them about also our world. Like how can you play a part? No matter how small you are, everybody play a part. To me, I think indirectly, all this still comes down to confidence, because you are telling them no matter how small they are, they can play a part, they can contribute. It's small little thing like this, it also add on to confidence building without like directly saying, oh, must build confidence. But when you take the opportunity like this, that they have a part to play, they have the responsibility, oh, by you doing this, how much have you contributed also, right?
Since you're talking about the stones, can I show them the picture of your girls?
The one was to I think it was to thank the teachers.
Can I share it, because it's not on
my Facebook page, is it?
Yes. So it's on your own profile.
Yeah, sure.
And just to ask permission and to make sure.
Nice, sure.
Okay. Ta-da! These are the stones that your girls have collected.
You found it? No, this one we painted. So we painted, and we gave it to the teacher to thank them. I need to look at it. When was this? Is it for CB? It's just
April 5th. April.
Yeah, I think it's part of the CB started, so we are thanking them. So these are all we painted. So my daughter brought to the primary school to give to their teachers. Then my younger ones gave it to her childcare teachers also, just to say thank you and to encourage them. That's all.
This is so nice, because I think this is the first time that I hear from a mommy who got the kids to paint the rocks to thank their teachers.
Generally, even when we give gifts to the teacher, I get my children involved. Like we do handmade stuff, like we bake cookies. I won't bake for them. I say you need to come and help. Because you want to give your teacher, so you should help, right? Or even like their birthday parties, simple things. It's not mommy pack everything, mommy do everything, or daddy help to do everything, but you need to help to contribute, to do it, to put it together. So they take ownership. So part of character building. Yeah, so then they take ownership. They feel very, I can tell you, for my children, they feel very good of themselves. Like, they can tell people, oh, this is what I did. I know how I pack it. They can explain the process. Or even when my daughter, I think yesterday, one of my 5-year-old classmate's father told me, my son just told me that Leah has finished her recycle project. We did up a robot. So I will have, usually I will post the idea and talk to her, will you like this? Then she will add on like, oh, I want it this way, that way. So she takes ownership. She's so proud of it. She tell a friend. Now my friends were saying, my son is so jealous. Now he's very competitive. He wants to do one too. But it's good. I find that being competitive, they sort of push each other up. For young children, it's healthy competition. I think it's very good for children to have that too.
Yes, and I really love what you're doing. I'm actually looking through your.
Actually, I don't post a lot on Facebook, but actually in my private Instagram, my friends see a lot on that. And my cooking, I have a separate one that's cooking because I do a lot of my daughters drink cold pressed juice, so I come out with recipe for their breakfast. So that I have 3 weeks of recipe to rotate. So they drink that for breakfast.
I have found one picture taken in January 20th, and it says almond cookies made by Tigers. Can I share that as well?
Sure. Oh, Chinese New Year. We make our own Chinese New Year craft also.
Yes, can I share that?
Sure. I think we make it's this year, right? The year of the rat.
Yes, correct. And it looks so cute and yummy also.
Oh yeah. So this one, my girls fully took charge. You can see my 5-year-old, the one in pink, that's my 5-year-old. She took charge. I was showing her how to grow it, and maybe she's like 5-year-old. They're very confident and say, you don't have to do it. Then I make the handmade bag. This one is a pineapple tart. Pineapple tart I did it myself because I want a lot of work.
And she made all this by herself?
Yeah. I knead the dough, I think, then she roll it. I weigh it up for her. I show her how much you need to weigh. Then she roll. But this one, the pineapple tart is done by me because I fried my own pineapple. So.
Wow. So you're
a
baker.
No, a part of it is because my youngest has some food intolerance. I won't say allergies.
Yes, intolerance.
To me, is I don't want her to feel like she's missing out on anything, and then she won't ask me for things that she's missing. So I literally, a lot of food is made at home. I make my own bread. I make them ice cream, everything. So she cookies or anything, but she don't feel that she's missing out. Yeah, and sometimes you just have to sell them the idea. Yeah.
Yes, I'm looking through a lot of things that you are doing for your kids because I want to get some new ideas on what I can do with my girls.
Oh, I think maybe you have to see from Instagram.
Sure.
Instagram, you can.
Yeah, okay.
I think later separately I'll let you know.
Yeah. Sure.
The one I kept it really small to share. Yeah, I do quite a bit of stuff. Then if let's say cooking, like you want recipe and stuff, like I know your wife was also doing healthy stuff, the granola for you. So my husband is very big on that. So I make my own energy bars, but it's no refined sugar. Yeah.
Wonderful. Yes, I can see I can learn a lot from you.
No, we learn from each other. Because like before we start, I should tell everybody, I was just telling how hardworking you are and how it's just amazing what you've done for the other parents. Now that I don't have any children on PSLE, but in a few years' time, I can imagine how parents are feeling and how you're helping them also, just having the additional help itself. But frankly speaking, I'm very relaxed mom. My son was just reminding me because part of it is because like I say, I always ask my children to take ownership. So when my son was taking PSLE, I say, I am not able to teach you on the subjects, but if you do need help, I will get you the help. I'll be there to assist you. But at the same time, I lay down the path for him, meaning that if you get this grade, you go express. If you get this grade, you go normal stream, or then maybe you can go IT. Even in secondary school, it's all layout. You choose your path. You need help, you need to tell me, but I also gave him the option like, first of all, you need to make an effort. So my children go to bed, even my son, even till he's 16, he goes to bed by 8:30.
Oh, so, that's really early.
Yes, it's a must because I believe that, or my husband and I believe that when you have enough sleep, you go to school, you pay attention, you listen, you can absorb. And if you don't understand, go and look for your teacher. Can't see you today, make an appointment with the teacher. Say, when can I see you? So that they can clarify with you. So actually, my son only has tuition with Mandarin and math. But other than that, he doesn't have help anywhere else because he has enough sleep. I believe that helped him to absorb. So even till he's 16, he's not allowed to bring his phone to his room. Only this year, he only just allowed, until 20 years old, no, people don't believe, he's not allowed to bring his phone to his room. So his phone actually live in the living room. So when he goes to bed, he has to leave it downstairs. Yeah.
Yeah. So and you mentioned that these are the mobile phone rules set for him. So do you follow that as well? Since
Yeah, I was going to say that, but parents don't do that. We are very bad on that. But I mean, no, it's fine. I'm prepared to admit that. That's why I was going to tell you as well.
It's really hard because of work and a lot of other things going on in our life.
No, I think it's parents are equally bad habits. So now as part of it, I was explaining to my husband is that I'm close to a lot of my family members that they had a bad experience where one part in my life I went to switch off my phone or turn off my phone or something. I didn't manage to answer the call when my uncle had a heart attack. I live nearby. They needed someone to drive him. And I just and then also with my auntie who helped to bring me up. Anything happened to her, usually she calls me. She's all alone. But I've learned to be a bit more relaxed. My auntie's independent. My phone is on silent. I just have to learn to let it go.
Yeah.
I know things happen. It will happen.
Yes.
Yeah.
Probably I can do a wrap up for the parents who are
Yes,
listening.
please.
Because I think I think the 5 parents that I have talked to in the Zoom, and I realized that there's a lot of similarities. Yeah, in the sense of like of being of doing intentional parenting.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. So which is like for example, we don't talk down to the kids. We actually explain and we expect the children to discuss in a respectful way, and we give our kids what they want if it's appropriate, as well as we also spend many days and moments to build relationship with them, which I thought is really cool because I think when I talk to parents, because I myself also run parents workshop, and a lot of times when we tell the parents, if you're not sure, please get your child to ask the school teacher. But a lot of times, 9 out of 10 parents that I ask, they'll say that no, like it's very hard to get them, or it's very hard for my child, and my child is very shy. So I'd rather ask my friends and ask a tutor. But I like what you are doing is because you get your child to make an appointment with the teacher.
Yeah, because it's true. Teachers can be busy. If they can't see you now, then ask the teacher, when can I come and see you?
Yeah.
It's also being respectful to the teacher's timing, right? And when you do make that appointment, keep to it and make sure you show up also. Yeah.
Yes, and I think on the basis of that, there's also like keeping the child being responsible for his grades, as well as also being accountable to
Yes,
it.
I was going to say accountable because parents were also accountable for them. Not that saying I push everything to them, but I make it clear for them to understand what is their path. Because end of the day, this is your future. Even like my son now, we talk about, okay, what is your plan? He has really started thinking of like, I think it's something that it become habit. Like he already planned how long he wants to be in SAF. If let's say he doesn't, what's his plan? So before he signed on, he actually went to do a bit of research, like what is the market out there now? If he goes straight to uni after, he goes straight to uni, what is the market like? So currently the market is not as good. So he decided that if he sign on, he get the experience, he still got a decent job. And even if he finishes, let's say 5 years, but he wants to continue, great. If he doesn't, 5 years, he still gain a lot of experience, right? So you get them to think for themselves. And like you say, being accountable. And we are there, end of the day, we are always there to guide them along. But when I always believe that, if we teach them to be accountable, being responsible for themselves, it actually makes our life easier when they understand. So I just to share some parents, I have friends who used to say, because previously, people say that I'm very tough on my son when he was young. I'm very big on manners. I expect my children to be addressing the elders first before they even say hi to them. And sometimes, like my hope not parents gonna get angry at me. Like when they eat, you sit down to eat. I'm not gonna run after you. If you don't want to eat, fine. Dinner is gone. Even currently, some parents say, with my 5-year-old, I think my 5-year-old or my 8-year-old, they have done it before. So they show tantrum. Literally, they were sent off to bed without dinner. People, actually, I also struggle with it myself, like send off. But seriously, I think they got enough fats. The next day morning, she will start drinking her juice and have extra bread and stuff. But they, because instead of being physically hitting them or anything, food is, maybe for my children, food is very big for them. They love their food. So in a way, it hits them hard. They remember.
Yes.
You know, because sometimes children can be trying to, like, they're just pushing their luck, pushing. Everybody will do, even adults will still do it, isn't it? But when it hits them, they realize, oh, they will really send me to bed without meal.
Yeah.
And it hits them, they remember, and I'm not physically hitting them. So I think because, I mean, sorry, I know you're going to wrap up. I hope I don't take up.
It's fine.
Okay. So with I was a single mom for a while. That I have to admit that there was a period of time, it was very tough. I was struggling and changing job to hope that I can spend time with my son. And of course, with that, my income dropped tremendously from what I was previously getting. And also I struggled, just tired. I did hit him with a cane before, but it came to a point that I suddenly tell him, this is not working and I'm not enjoying myself, hitting him. So initially it was very hard. I had to practice time out with him. I literally had to hold the door and say, no, you have to stay inside. Come down. Mommy just outside the door. Then you come out, we have a talk. And that's how we started talking. It took me a while just to get everybody used to it. Because I said, no, I don't want you to come out because he's, like children, they're screaming. And then they are like, it makes you a lot more angry if you can't calm down too. So then we have to practice. No, if we both are not at the right frame of mind, time out. Not just for you, but also for mommy. Finish. We came out and we had a conversation, and that's how it got me started. I just don't lay my hands on it, and we have conversation and stuff. And even last time if I head outside, I also had to learn as a new parent, right? That if I'm going to be going out with him late, I know that he gets tired. So I work out a system with him. I say that, okay, if it comes to a point where you cannot take it anymore, you give mommy half an hour buffer, meaning you tell mommy, I cannot take it anymore, we have to go back. I know. So, because I also have to be respectful to him, right? That, okay, I got my hint. If not, if he gets angry, get too tired, get too gnarly, it's my own fault. So there was an understanding. He gave me a buffer, I keep to it too. And as he grew older, I also had a conversation with him because I used to live in a 4-story. You had to walk up the stairs. There was no lift. As you get older, then I had to have conversation and say, okay, you can fall asleep, but mommy can't carry you anymore. Is it okay if you get up? But you see, I'm asking him. I'm not demanding him that you must get up, but I explain to him why. Without fail. If I can manage, I'll manage. But if cannot, generally, I will wake him up. He'll walk up with me before he go up to bed and sleep. But it goes two-way, right? Because I explain to him why I need him to help me and why not, because mommy don't have a good back and I can't carry you 4-story and you're really growing bigger. So it becomes, I think it goes two ways. They can see that I'm being respectful to them. In turn, that's what I expect to have too. Yeah.
Yes.
So that's the journey. And I mean, there's no way that we are perfect. We are always constantly learning. Or we can always tell ourselves, oh, I wish I could do better. But end of the day, like you're going to wrap up just saying that, I believe as a parent, we are doing our best for our children. There could always be something better, but if you strongly believe that you are doing your best and still looking to do better, I think we are good where we are.
Yes, I think that is a very nice way to put it. Yeah, I mean, as parents, we are just doing our best every day.
Correct.
And trying again tomorrow.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably I can also share a bit of my experience because I can resonate with what you're saying. Like for example, and my eldest will have very bad mood if she doesn't take her nap.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So it's the same thing that I did for her is if you're tired, please tell me in advance. Probably we can just get a rest at some pit stop. Yeah. Or
we tell them to do a power nap.
Yeah, if we outside, we'll say that maybe we can hang out at a space, or you want to go home, please tell me in advance. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Okay, that's good. Correct.
Yeah. So and I think I also heard from another mom who shared with me that even though her children are very young, but they also expect them to be respectful, and it's both ways, and also talk to them like adults.
Correct.
Yeah, and expect them to talk back to them, as in to converse in a very respectful way.
Correct.
Yeah, and it sounds to me at this point is actually the same thing when it comes to spouses relationship. The rules still apply.
Yes, definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely.
All right. Is there any last thing you want to share with us, like one final actionable step if parents? Yeah, because I think I'm speaking out for parents, as in not for parents who are already doing it, but for parents who want to try. Yeah, because I have seen or heard stories from parents who was not once like that, but they tried, and a lot of things transform in the house, and their mood also get uplifted. Yeah. So what would
I,
be one advice?
I think when you ask me the one thing, I believe along the way, we are giving little nuggets here and there. So if your parents want to
One last thing.
watch the replay,
Yeah.
it might be there somewhere that might hit them.
Yeah.
I think I would say listen to your children also.
Yeah.
Listen to them and not just expecting them to listen to you. And I have parents also have asked me before, like sometimes children doesn't want to share their day. How can they find out more? Don't always just ask in the same manner, meaning that how's your day? Think of other ways of asking. Like if you know that today they have, like my daughter today will have speech and drama class also, then I will ask in a different way. Do you have anything to teach me today? I know you have speech and drama class. Or instead of asking just how's your day, what do you do today? You know,
Whether you
like,
finish your homework.
yeah. So my children sometimes will ask me how's your day today, or I mean they will just usually ask this, or I will ask something fun to encourage them. You know, just different way of asking questions, but listen to them fully. You know, put down your phone and listen to them. Then you can respond to them also. Yeah. When we listen, we make an effort to listen to them and not just expecting them to listen. I think it changes things too. Yeah.
Yes, great. Yeah. Yeah. I also want to remind myself that sometimes when I talk to my kids, I'm looking at the phone also. Yeah, it's a very bad thing that I'm doing. I'm trying my best to improve.
No, we are all doing our best to improve. We all have all these little things that can do better, isn't it? But that's why I have to make an effort to remind myself that unless my children are working, I sit down, we will play puzzle, like even remind my husband or my husband will remind me, you know, just help each other to remind each other to, you know, do things. Yeah.
Great. Thanks so much for sharing.
Don't worry. I hope it's a good sharing session for everybody.
Yeah, I mean, I can sense that the relationship among the family members is very strong, and of course there are high and lows. I mean, this is what our family is all about.
Yeah.
But I think that there's a lot of communication done among the members, such that everybody got understood.
Yeah, I think communication is very important. So we like, even with my son, I told him I have an expectation that we at least have dinner minimum once a week. But of course now we have it every night. Every night we have dinner together. There's no phone on the table. Nothing is being put away. No TV, no phone. We sit down. We will have conversation. We will chit chat. But that's how you spend time with each other too, right? Quality time, listening to each other, even having silly conversation. Actually, our family, some people say crazy because we don't talk, we sing. Any word can trigger, any word sometimes can trigger a song that they have been singing or they watch somewhere. It became a song. Wow. My husband, I would say that my husband is my fourth child, so he will start the nonsense, we call it. And then everybody starts singing. Like my daughter was just saying that, Mommy, you know what is your favorite song? You drive me crazy because all of us drive you crazy. Then she will start singing the song, We Drive You Crazy.
That sounds so sweet, yeah.
Oh, yeah. So some people say, like, the family is a bit crazy. We start bursting out in songs and whatnot just to say a response.
Yeah, probably what they see is up to how they see it, but I think what I'm seeing is your family culture that is inbuilt.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so if parents want to contact you, what will be a good way to contact you if you want to find out more about your parenting? I mean, more questions.
If parents really do have questions, maybe they can private message me on Facebook. Sorry, I think this one you're sharing is my company website because I used to do workshop directly with parents and stuff, but I work mostly with schools for the company itself. Sorry, I actually didn't share parents that I've been doing teaching for 20 years now. Mm-hmm. Actually, the one in the middle is my daughter also.
So cute. When she was younger.
Yeah, correct. That's Michaela when she was younger. I mean, I guess if parents like want to have a chat, share some questions with each other, like to learn from each other, I guess maybe they can private message me on Facebook or something. Just let me know that they seen me watch the video with you, learning out of box the video.
Yeah.
Just want to have a couple of questions like whether can we share with each other. Yeah, I think that would be great.
Yes, parents. And the reason why I'm doing this is not for any paid advertisements. I mean, just a full disclaimer. Yeah, because some of the parents think that we are doing like paid ads. Yeah.
Oh,
anyway.
no.
Yeah. So I don't know
No,
what.
we are learning from each other. I guess sometimes when people are willing to share, that's where you learn. Whereas if you keep everything to yourself, even same for work, right? If nobody wants to teach you something, you didn't know that there was another way of doing, just like your problem sum. Maybe some people solve it this way, but hey, when you share, there could be another way to solve this problem, isn't it?
Yeah. And I guess the intention why we're doing it is because I think sometimes we may hit some roadblocks and we're trying to figure out by ourselves. Yeah. But again, if you look at other families, similar things have happened and other parents have walked through a journey and managed to solve it. And in the meantime, while building the relationship of the family members, so it'll be nice to actually hear from other parents.
I definitely agree because like being a single mom and the journey itself, I have and there's some other things I've been helping in shelters. It helps like when you share, then you understand their situation, and then just to share, and then maybe can give them a bit of idea of how they can move forward also sometimes. Yeah. I mean, life is a journey. Everybody's journey is different, but just by sharing, maybe we can do better.
Great.
Yep.
Thanks so much for sharing, Ginny. Okay,
Most
I got one question for you.
I still have a question.
Yeah, you see, actually, you should have told me that this can last for 3 hours.
No, actually, how long have we been going?
Yeah, and time really flies because I really like what was it. Okay, one last question. I promise this is the last one. Last one.
I just realized that we have run for almost 1.5 hours.
Yeah, but we started off at 11:15. Yeah.
Okay, still almost 1.5 hours. I didn't expect this.
Yes. Okay. One last question. Yeah.
Simple,
okay. As you know, because our Facebook group mainly consists of parents who teach their children primary school math at home. And right now, PSLE is coming soon.
Yep.
Around 2 months, less than 60 days, I think. Yeah. So, and the kids are probably feeling tension and anxiety. Yeah. So, let's say if I invite you to walk down your memory lane, and of course now you know more stuff lah. Yeah. So
I got a few more years. 4 more years.
Yeah. Okay. Now you walk down back to your younger self. And then as you walk down your younger self, you meet the 12-year-old Ginny. Yeah, and she's so close to you. So and you do drama, right? So you can imagine that she's here and she's looking at you, and you can almost touch her like she's so close. What will you tell her from the older self to younger self?
Wow. In terms of PSLE?
Doesn't matter. Anything that comes to your mind. And there's no wrong or right.
Oh, well, I will actually say that you have done all right for yourself. Don't be too hard on yourself. Don't beat yourself up. Because when it comes to doing things, I'm a perfectionist, and I have learned that I need to let go. Because end of the day, you are put too much stress on yourself. It's not healthy. It's good to have some stress, not completely zero, but I think it's not healthy to be a perfectionist. I can get very perfectionist when doing some work, but I really learned to let go, even with my colleagues and stuff, because no matter how much you train them, they will never be like you. But if you know that they're generally willing to teach the children, doing their best, I think that's all that matters. Because everybody has their own unique style also. Yeah. So.
Everything else to add?
No, I hope that makes sense. You suddenly tell me got one more question. I'm like, okay.
Okay, so Ginny, don't go off first. Yeah. So parents, thanks so much, and your Ginny.
Thank you.
Fully shared a lot with us because I think she has shared almost every single parenting tips that that she knows, as well as she also definitely is someone who walks the talk, and you'll see like which tip suits you, then you will use it, and hopefully it improves the relationship between you and your child.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Ginny. Okay,
Okay.
parents, see you around. Take care. And it's a
Bye.
rainy day today, so go take a nap.
Oh, take a
Okay, I'll see you around. Take care.
All right.
Bye.
Bye.
You go first, yeah.